South Africa is also an interesting market because you've got, it's a market where influencer marketing wasn't very developed. A lot of skeptics about influencer marketing, not a lot of budgets being spent, not a lot of competition, not a lot of tech in the market. And so we thought it was an easy market for us to scale, but also to learn about essentially how to not only enter a market and take over from existing players, but also make the market grow as a whole.
There are some influencer marketing companies in South Africa, many around the world.
Right.
What is Humanz strategy to stand out from all the others?
So, one of my colleagues spoke about it a little bit earlier today, Brett, our marketing manager. And if you go online and you search for influencer marketing platform or influencer marketing technology or influencer marketing agency, you'll find this word all the time, leading, to the point where it doesn't mean anything. And we took a different approach to technology. We are one of very, very few companies in the world that are not only looking at social data, but auditing social data from the ground up using artificial intelligence. Very, very few people do that, and almost no one in our field of influencer marketing. And so to stand out, we decided to stand not for the promotion of influencer marketing, but for highlighting the truth around influencer marketing. Talking about data, talking about science, talking about scientific methods to be able to vet influencers and to understand the true ROI of influencer marketing, not just promote influencer marketing for the sake of growing the industry, but allowing true content creators to stand out and marketers to understand what ROI they're really getting from influencer marketing.
In your presentation, you admitted there is fraud, but the tech is there to combat it.
Correct. So there's been decent, or let's say, decent but fairly flimsy technology to combat fraud up to now, where a lot of companies have looked at proxy data and looked at growth trends and looked at metrics that could indicate fraud. But now the technology is leapfrogged, and companies like Humanz analyze not only every influencer but every single follower as well. And so we can really quickly, the same way a human being would, but just hundreds of thousands of human beings over like dozens of years, we can look at every single follower and identify really quickly, is that person a bot? Are they real? Are they likely to be a bot follower? Are there any patterns in how they post and the content that they create that indicates to it that they're suspicious? Have they been flagged as a hacked account? There's a number of things we look at, but we can very, very accurately detect whether a follower is suspicious or not, and whether we're looking at fraud or not at mass level.
How would you respond to those people in the industry who are skeptical of influencer marketing? Because we've heard it described as the Wild West in South Africa. There's no guidelines, there's no code of conduct, there's no rules, there's no legislation. Really anybody can do whatever they want to do, and there doesn't seem to be any repercussions for what they do.
So I'm going to have a sip of Devil's Peak Conservation Lager, who sponsored our event tonight. Whenever you buy one of those, 1 rand goes to a rhino conservation project. So I don't know, is that influencer marketing? Is that not? I'm not sure. The point is I'm thankful for Devil's Peak, and that's me expressing my honest opinion. Now, in the influencer marketing space, I agree with those people. It is the Wild West right now. We're seeing a lot of influencer marketing that's not sincere. We're seeing pricing models that are all over the place, from number of followers to price per engagement to it's an industry that has not yet settled. And in South Africa, there are a lot of, I would say, predators in this space. So like any gold rush, you get gold diggers and you get vultures. And you get fools that get lost in the desert. And this is where the industry is at right now. This is why we're coming with scientific methods, with data, with technology, where we're not standing for either party, for either side, content creators or marketers. We're just giving them a platform to better understand both sides of the argument and to actually have factual evidence and data to quantify whether something is working or not and whether something is worth investing in or not. So is it the Wild West? Absolutely. Is it going to continue being the Wild West? It can't. It won't. People will not continue investing if there isn't some level of understanding and truth in the market.